be women golf growing, outfits are turning heads, and more women are discovering that you don't have to be a pro to belong on the course. So we're going to tee up with a woman well, she's known as the Mulligan Queen. So yeah, let's welcome content creator, brand ambassador, Madame Rose, representing Mulligan Golf Apparel. Welcome to Africa at Play.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Zai. Thank you so much.
You're
I'm honored to be here.
so gorgeous. I am mesmerized. I mean, what you're wearing for me is not only beautiful,
Yeah.
but it's practical.
It is. It is indeed. It is practical. And that's what the Mulligan brand is all about. Practicality as well as being comfortable, you know,
Okay.
on the course, definitely.
And for many people who are not aware of Mulligan brand's style but functionality, just tell us about it a bit more.
So Mulligan as golf apparel is an apparel that focuses mainly on women golf apparel. Apparel that is actually designed for the African silhouette. So the African 70% of women actually in South Africa are pear-shaped, which is small at the top and more fuller, you know, at the bottom. And we find that it's, you know, we struggle to find clothes generally, let alone sports apparel. So Mulligan was born off that idea that, you know, you don't have to wear clothes that A, are not made for you, but B, we walk a lot on the course, and having your skirt pull up or your dress, you know, having to tag and shuffle at your dress does not really give you the confidence nor the flexibility and the functionality to play very well, you know. So that is the reason why Mulligan was born, to ensure that more women are included on the course. There's more diversity and obviously functionality, definitely.
You had me at 70% of women being pear-shaped.
Yeah.
That is astounding. Not that they are pear-shaped, but the fact that you've gone into the research to understand women's shape on the continent.
Yeah, no, definitely. It is actually quite sad that with having such a majority that we still are underserved, you know, and yet expected to perform in any sport for that matter, but yet the apparel that we are having to wear does not really align, you know, with our body types, and that is the reality that most, not only golfers but sports people face today.
I mean, this is like a topic for a whole day as well. It's not about size; it's about shape.
It's about shape.
And you've tapped into that
Definitely.
beautifully. And I mean, I've seen your shape when you walked in. Yeah, I can see why they call you the Mulligan Queen.
Thank you, Zai. Thank you. Yeah, it definitely, you know, and it doesn't even, we're not talking about size, we're talking about shape.
Yeah.
So even a size 28, you know, a pear-shaped size 28 will still experience the waist gap, you know, on the pants, for example, because they have a smaller waist and a more fuller, so the proportions are not exactly what is, the clothes are not really designed according to the proportions that are the majority, which is why Mulligan was born.
And I think, you know, fashion plays such a huge role on the continent because it's about confidence. It's about when you have that innate, it's you can't articulate it, but it's either you have it, and most of it comes from the way you look.
Definitely. The way we look, you know, brings about the confidence. So if you are dressed and having to go and address a certain audience, but you have to tag at your skirt, it looks as though you are not, you know, you don't understand what you're doing. But when you rock up and you look and are dressed according to your shape, I mean, you look well polished, and therefore the confidence just skyrockets, you know.
Absolutely. And like you said, your outfit's not riding or it's not gaping, and there isn't a uncomfortableness to it. Take us through the collection, please, because I don't have internet access right now, but paint that picture for us.
So what we've done, because we've just recently launched, so we've started out with just a small initial range, just so that we can get the uptake and, you know, the necessary feedback from our clients. But I mean, I can tell you now that it's been overwhelming, and we've received outstanding feedback, especially Zai, from our male counterparts, actually reaching out, wanting to buy outfits for their women, for you know, finding out if we can actually extend it to the males, because it's really more about dresses, which for me, when you're wearing a dress, you're dressed. You don't need to worry much about matching the top and the skirt and whatnot. And, you know, women actually look very you know, pleasing with dresses. You know, it flatters our bodies. So when you dress, you look literally well polished. And obviously we've got the caps that go with the dresses, and the other skirts that we have. We do have the two-piece for those that prefer skirts. but they also flare. So there's no tightness, there's no uncomfortability. So one can just, be flexible on the course. And of course, they do come with the skirts. I mean, they do come with the shorts underneath, so the
Yes.
ties underneath for obviously just, not wanting to expose more than necessary.
I like that word you use, skirt. It's like a skirt with a
But
short.
with a short, yes.
And it's
yes,
called
yes.
a skirt.
And it's called a skirt.
So you've even got protection.
We've got protection. We don't want to expose more than we need to. Yes, yes, yes.
That's how we can focus on the game.
We focus. That's how we need to focus on the game and get everybody else around the course focusing on the game.
I know. While they're focusing on your fashion, I can't wait to see it.
Yes.
I love this cap you're wearing because most of the time you're being burnt
Yes.
all around. Yet this one offers protection on
Yes.
the side, on
Yes.
the back.
Yes.
And it protects your neck, which is also one of the most vulnerable areas.
Yes. So we've come up with a scarf cap, obviously for sun protection, but also it brings the fashion and the style element to the course. But most important as well is the print on the actual, the Mulligan print, which is a print, a people's print, a print that most Africans are familiar with, that is called the Mashangane bag print in South Africa, but across the continent it's actually called the Ghana must go print. The Ghana must go print. It's from a bag that has been carried, over generations and generations. So that is our print, the Mulligan print.
It's beautiful and it's universal.
It is definitely universal. It's a print that, most of Africans are very familiar with, whether or not you carried the bag, but you have seen it, you have experienced stories about the bag, But yeah, so it's a print that I decided on, and it's a print that speaks about resilience, that speaks about strength, It's a print that carries a lot of stories.
Hey,
It's
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
we
stories.
can carry on with
We
this.
can carry on.
Where can we check it out? Because that would be for me perfect. And can I order online?
Definitely. So we've got an online store, www.mulliganonline.co.za, where people can shop our range. And then we've also got an Instagram page as well as a TikTok account, so where we can interact and engage with anybody, really.
Oh, wow. Across the continent.
Across the continent. I've actually received a few inquiries from Zambia as well as Nairobi, Kenya. So people are out there loving the brand, especially obviously the women who are fuller figured. And that's what we're all about, catering to the more full, so that they get inspired to play the sport. They're not intimidated to play the sport, thinking that they have to be a size 28 or 30, So it literally everybody.
Madam Rose, I don't know what to say. It's been an absolute pleasure. I feel like we could have a part 2, part 3, and
Definitely.
we haven't even gotten to the bogeys and the birdies. We're just talking about the fashion.
No, definitely. I'm like I say, I'm happy to come again, and we have another part 2, 3. But maybe next time it would be with our clients, right?
Oh yes, and then
across the continent.
Yes.
Yes.
And see them on the fairways wearing the Mulligan brand.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We wish you and the entire Mulligan Golf Apparel all the best, and we can't wait to see you. You got the event on the 14th, right?
Yes, some of our ladies will be attending and playing at the Dow's Den Golf Day on the 14th of August. They'll be dressed. A lot of the ladies will actually be dressed in Mulligan Golf Apparel. So yeah, you'll see quite a lot of them. Before then, though, you'll see some of them also just, donning the apparel. Yeah.
And teeing off at the same
And
time.
teeing off, yes,
I
definitely.
love that. Thank you so much. You're listening to Africa at Play on Channel Africa. Plenty more sport and fashion and flair coming up.
Este é o Caleidoscópio de Canal África. Com Remo Sam.